I wish that they had a song called Pause. Okay. I wanted to come and talk to y'all for just to get this straight. And I'm gonna break this down for y'all from a shaman's point of view. Okay. Obviously I'm not gonna be coming here and talk about shamanism. Kinda like how I came on here and told a lot about witchcraft. Okay. Shamanism is a totally different thing. And so I only have a few minutes because I got to go make a run. But hey, just FYI, my business phone number. I know that a lot of you guys notice that of what's going on with the gang stalkers. Okay. But in my inbox, I don't discuss them like that. And, really, to be honest with you, you have to have an appointment, or either you have to be a client to text message me. Okay. I don't allow people to just solicit me. Okay. Um, so I want to break down the whole gang stalking thing. Okay. Gang stalkers, I'm sorry, I hate to sound like a hard ass, but gang stalkers and internet trolling only has power over people that might be a little compromised mentally or either very weak emotionally. Now, I know that a lot of you empaths out there have been negatively affected, but the thing of it is, a gang stalker, a person that is an actual gang stalker, is a puppet, and they don't have any power. Okay, that's first of all. Now, the gang stalkers that I've been dealing with have been trying to perform magic or witchcraft, and they don't have no power. Okay, maybe scam artists, they're probably scamming, hustling, but there's no power, real power there. Okay, they may have the time all day long, the time on their hands to sit and false flag people's channels. They may be able to come online and do smear campaigns against people. And just keep in mind that gang stalking was a phenomenon that it's actually more so connected with disgruntled family members. Okay. Um, So yeah, but again, you're still dealing with a very mentally ill, sick person or people. Those people don't have power. You can't really practice effective magic or witchcraft with a sick mind like that. Like, you can be a very dark person and have a very dark imagination, because I do. Okay, the depths of my mind are endless. Yes, gang stalkers and trolls are annoying, but honestly, if you are weak minded enough, and I'm sorry, if you're weak minded enough to fall for that, you're just making excuses. Okay, now let's go down the rabbit hole. The people that gang stalked me, have filed, I've had probably over 60 visits to my home, false defects calls. Okay. This started back in 2015, got really bad in 2015, kind of started in 2013 because of disgruntled family members of mine, okay, that I had never done anything to. And so, as a seer and an empath, I could see people, okay, that did have some resonance of power, but I could only see what their intention was. Their intention never touched me. I've been visited by over 60 defects workers. I'm not kidding with you. I have over 60 police reports filed against the gang stalkers. Over 60. Okay. What I could sense is that they were attempting to either make something happen, they were trying to run a love scam, having a man purposely cuss me out or diss me publicly, and I guess I was supposed to lose my mind. Well, if I were a sick narcissist that was very controlling, or if my self-esteem was low, then maybe that would have bothered me. But it's kind of like, I was 36 when it started, and I was kind of too old for that. Number one, hey, street poet. And number two, I'm a witch. So I could see what the play was. It was harass, harass, harass in social media, say all kind of crap that I really don't give a damn about what they're saying, because what would hurt their feelings is not going to hurt mine. Uh, and then call and file a defects case, a false one, and then say disgusting things about you that no mother would want to hear. No mother who's raising her children, who has a pure heart, should have ever had to hear that stuff. Like, I literally once, when I was living on charter in Lithonia, I literally once had to hear, first of all, the defects worker came to my house at 11 o'clock at night. And whenever they call defects, you have to hear what the accusation is. This is the reason why gang stalkers use defects, because otherwise they have no power. If they actually had power to curse somebody, do you think they would be using defects to do it? Would they have to have defects? No. Okay. It's just the whole thing. So this person that came to my door, and you could tell that his eyes were red from crying, because by that time, the entire state of Georgia, Gwinnett County, DeKalb County, Georgia, whatever county that is over in Savannah, Georgia, Johnson County, Lawrence, Kansas, knew that these people were using defects, but they still had to follow up on it, because at the same time, these people were cussing me out online, and they didn't have any idea how I would react to that. So they would come and check. And so there's been over 60 investigations. And trust me, I've probably got the strongest mind and the strongest heart that I have ever witnessed myself. So that was the play. Have a man dish you. Like, I guess some women would lose their mind. Like, uh Yeah, no. And it's been two characters, main characters, older women that have been putting these gang stalkers up to it. They have been. I mean, it's just the reality of it because they're frauds and also mentally ill as well. Now, a few of them did have some spiritual power that has been binded a long time ago. Now, all they do is lie and harass, and it's gotten so bad that they are now apparently rowing through shit because now it's turned into a poopy conversation of dookie. And I'm not kidding y'all. Now, I will tell you this, the reality of the gang stalkers that they are stuck in that led them to be stupid enough to be gang stalking somebody to begin with. Hey, Stevan, they may have some resonance of power, whoever their masters are, whoever created the reality that which, damn, why you can't just come on here, create a YouTube channel or social media without doing that is the burning question of the fucking century. And I'm going to tell you why. It is because gang stalkers are stuck in a reality that was created by their masters. See, and the things that they talk about, the things that bother them, see, those things existed in their life. Now, I will admit that when I first left my hometown, my mother was actually stalking me a little bit. She was. I will admit to that. But that had nothing to do with the gang stalkers. That was because of some other stuff in my family that I'm not going to speak on. That's my family's personal business. Okay. So gang stalkers have no power. Like you're giving them power. And responding to them does not mean that you're giving them power. I be tearing them up mentally, spiritually, everything. They can't match my intellect. They can't match my spiritual power. They can't match anything of mine. So, what they do is they stalk, they have meetings about it, and still no success. None. I mean, you got to be pretty desperate, desolate, destitute to run a scam to where, isn't it kind of funny how they go in that group, lie on me, say my name, get a so-called quote unquote flying monkey to talk about me either in a stupid live stream or either on his wall. And then the next thing you know, they're live trying to make it seem like they're standing on business. You see, social media is social media because it's social. People cannot, real, actual people cannot relate to that. They're not relatable. So, this is the reason why the failure continues to happen. Can you tell these women that? No, they don't care. They're so uncreative and they're so weak and powerless that they literally held on to my name and my image and decided that they are so weak and pointless that, oh, I've got to try to ruin the reputation and the lives of an innocent family that doesn't deserve that. So this is how destitute these people are. And they tried to mix in religion with it by saying, oh, trying to make it seem like we're the sacrificial lamb. Well, you don't know me or my bloodline. They don't know where the hell I come from. They may know where I'm from, which is Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Mizzou. I'm from the Midwest, baby. I got that Midwest swang, which kind of is similar to the South. You know, but it's, yeah, no, it's not the same. I'm from the Midwest, okay? But they don't know actually what I am and who I am. They have no idea. All they know is that they saw this pretty little face. They thought, oh, she's got those 4 kids. She's weak. Think about how weak and spineless and powerless a person or persons are to attack a woman with children. I mean, we all know that I'm more powerful than all of them put together, including their masters. Their masters don't fuck with me. I no. So y'all gotta let go of that. Like, I tell this person, thank you for texting me, hon. Listen, my business line is for business. I don't discuss these people on my business line whatsoever. And if anybody comes to my business line discussing them, unless I initiated the conversation, then I'll put them in spam. I'm sorry. It's stupid. I'm not sorry. Yeah. It's just all a fallacy, is what it is. And if you put now, I understand because I'm an empath. I understand that what the impact that gang stalking can have on a person. You got to understand, for the past 10 years, I have been doing reversals, cleanses, power reclaims, all of that for years. The Water Alchemist did a video, and I really like him. Y'all should go sub to him. He did a video that was saying society wants you broken. And then, especially when it comes to the Black community, Black folk don't like to see none of them make it. Sad, but it's the truth. It's very sad the way the Black community can operate. But guess what? I've seen white folks go through it, a lot of them. So it don't really have nothing to do with being Black. But in reality, society is another word for social. Society, social. So I think that taking it a step further, depending on what reality you live in my reality, that doesn't even really exist to me. The people that I'm around, the people that I talk to, very uplifting, very on point, not doing things like that. So, y'all, and I mean, I know that they do some next level trolling, but that's why I was saying to a lot of people, if you fall for that, you'll fall for anything. Okay? So no, they don't have any real power. They don't. It can be very weird. Now, a lot of y'all will go to the depths of your imagination. Like I said, early on, I was being pursued by disgruntled family members for nothing that I had done. It was, and they're scared to death of me finding out about them. They don't want me to know. A couple of them, okay? Um, but then there was some folk that kind of was into that energy vampirism thing, you know. Some of them died and some of them got the fuck up out of there because once I put you in the fucking hot box, it's over. And you know what? I understand it's difficult. I'm 5'4". I weigh maybe about 155, 60, 160 pounds. You ever see one of those, older Italian grandmothers, and they be standing 5'2". Some of them and them gypsy grandmas, they be 5'2" tall. But you don't know the power that's within that woman. And I know this about myself. So y'all need to realize that I don't give a damn about that. You know, they do things for shock value too. So that's why I've told people, if you watch me speak about them, I've already transmuted the energy, right? And so you shouldn't be catching bad energy from me. If you're watching them, however, you're going to catch all of their pain and suffering in the raw. Am I ever going to broadcast them and make a big deal about it and replay their shows and try to explain it to you? No, because I shouldn't have to do that. It should be very clear for you. Now, I will tell you that they have tried to bury the past. They've tried to whitewash the past. It has been going. They tried to make it seem like nothing was happening until 2019 and up because of my meeting with one of the gang stalkers. No, this started back in 2013. There's an entire history of it. They've been doing it for years. It's only because I noticed that they were affecting so many other people that I just now started calling the Hades and like, hey, can we get this? And Hades is just like, well, why you ain't called me years ago? But they understand because for me, it's just kind of like, and in fact, the troll that I met up with, after I met up with him, one of the other trolls and internet gang stalkers, one of the other trolls informed me that of things that he was saying on his channel that I didn't even know about. What was I supposed to do at that point? I had already met up with him and he was playing the role like he was a decent person, and then of course they tried to use that as a source of shame. You tell me one thing, first of all, no man or woman has ever laid hands or done anything to harm my children, not verbally, not mentally, not physically or sexually. But they tried to use old shows that he did. And I was like, well, I didn't even realize he had said that. You know why? Because I wasn't really watching it or listening. I'm too busy. I I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Back then I wasn't watching. When I found out, I was like, whoa. And then it's kind of like he explained himself a little bit. And then of course he came with a sob story, okay, about why he was doing what he was doing. Oh, I was abused as a child, and my uncle was crazy, and I was going through this, and I'm sorry. And so it was just like, well, okay, well, that's understandable based upon some of the things that he told me that was happening to him as a child. But that's no excuse for his behavior. It isn't. Okay. So, at the end of the day, those people are very codependent on something. Me talking to him, like I said, for the past 4 months. And then even beforehand, like I've had this conversation previously. Every single time this dude is not saying much in social media, or if I'm not mentioning him because I have a family, now I have a new man in my life that I just adore him. Okay. I just absolutely adore him. I would marry him and play that Prince song at our wedding. I just absolutely adore him. I do. Okay. And they're going around the internet trying to say that me and him are together. Like that, and I made that clear that no, we're not. We've actually never been together. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a couple of romantic relationships. Um, and no, that would not constitute as a relationship for me. Okay. Now I've said it, he said it. Why is he still talking? And it's because he's a gang stalker. And, he also is afraid of those people, of what they're going to do. They've got him by the balls, apparently. Apparently, they're like, do it, or, maybe the people that he lives with have a gun to his head or something. I personally wouldn't be doing no crap like that if I was him, because technically, and I just told him this morning on my other channel that I have a lawsuit against him, straight up and down. I mean, what do you want me to do? Or are you going to act like a responsible adult or not? Probably not. I don't need for them to stop for me to run my business. Let them keep making asses of themselves. Who cares? Okay. Maybe eventually we'll get a better understanding as to why spirit or God continues to let it go on. But I will tell you is that I believe that they are suffering in silence. Do I think that they're happy? Do I think that they're strong? Do I think that they're peaceful and tranquil in their lives? No, they're not. Their masters are torturing them mentally. It's very sad what we're witnessing for them. Like I said, they said they told me, they said we're going to stop. They were doing prophecies, they were prophesizing and all of this stuff, following me around, checking court cases, doing all kind of foolish things. Came on here and said that they were going to stop me from getting the money for my mother's home, who raised me and loved me immensely. My mother did love me. And they came on here and said, I'm going to stop your money and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And as you guys can see, that's not what happened. Everything happened in its time that was supposed to happen. Now they're on here saying things like, oh, well, I see she got that money. I hope she knows what to do with it. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I am money. I know exactly what to do with my money. Are you crazy? Goodness gracious. They just want to appear to be smart or the experts. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, God, they should be embarrassed, but I don't know why they're not embarrassed by their behavior. Why are they online worried about my money? That's what's so bizarre about it. It just so, and I thoroughly believe that that lady that I was in that spiritual battle with came from that sector too. I don't connect with hate like that. You think I would ever attract that to me? Those people were sent to me to try to make me look bad. And I'm sorry, we can, when okay, when it comes to witchcraft and magic, it's a fact that if somebody is going around with some stupid rumor about you, what even outside of witchcraft, if someone is slandering your name, why do y'all why are people trying to front like that automatically gives somebody a power over somebody? I mean, these people even went as far as to Photoshop a disgusting photo, which to me is child pornography. And you're and that's what. So yeah, it is considered to be gang stalking, but it's something that is just like drinking water for me. I don't it like if it has power or affects you, and I was speaking about, now I will tell you one irritating thing that irritates the entire fuck out of me is them sending people to my business. That's what I don't like, to pose as clients. Now, that aspect of it is pretty freaking annoying because every single person that they send does the same thing. They buy spiritual work from me, but they do not venerate my spirits. That is a fact. I don't know what's up with that. I'm not saying that everybody that doesn't join my Sabbath, this would have been the year to do it. If you're truly tapped in to where I'm at and we're on the same page, and you would understand why it would be important to do that, especially being that it was election year. Okay. So, it is what it is. If one client does not, I see it like this. If a client is like that, it's an opportunity. I don't look at things the same way that people look at things. I don't do things the same way that other people do things. So yeah, no, they don't have no power over me. Like, it's annoying though. And I'm honestly not annoyed by it's I'm not annoyed by the person that he's oh god, it's gross. However, it is against the law, and it's actually more than likely against community policy on YouTube as well. Okay. So, but it's also against civil law, and he can be sued for lying. Okay. And saying the things that he's saying. That that fact I spoke, and there's no need to continue to go back and forth about it. For what? Why go back and forth about something that you already have an understanding about? Okay. Now we all know that they are into trying to terrorize people. Was I creeped out by him videotaping my door? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Did he curse himself? Yep, he did. Okay. I don't even have to curse him. He curses himself. They all do. So, it's just a situation to where we have to get back to business for real. And that's just what we're gonna do. Okay. So I don't wanna ever, like, when I come on here and I speak about those people, I don't sit and talk about them. I honestly don't. I had to tell this dude. You think I'm going to sit and talk to my man about you? Trust me, we have better things to talk about. So, yeah, no. I mean, I guess if we were in high school or grade school, we're all adults. And I can honestly say that I don't have an inner child that needs to be healed. Street Poet said, people have been doing this to witches since the biggest manipulation and public display of lying out of hatred that took place in Salem. Yeah, you're right about that, Street Poet. You're absolutely correct about that, too. I totally agree with that. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It really is. The good thing is that we're not in Salem and we're not back during them times, so what they're doing has been illegal. I have cease and desist letters going all the way back to 2015. I have police reports going all the way back to 2013. Okay. It's ridiculous. I stay calm with the stuff. I don't let them upset me. If you let every little thing upset you, you surely gonna have heart problems and heart palpitations and stuff. And if you are going through that, I mean, if I wouldn't be a healer if I couldn't heal myself. So, for example, yeah, I think I probably have had two anxiety attacks in the past decade from that whole thing. Two, literally two, three. I'll admit to three anxiety attacks. So, and you just, if a gang stalker is bothering you, there's certain things that you can do to strengthen the mind. But a lot of you guys that are being gang stalked, that are being heavily afflicted by it, you do need shamanic work. You are definitely living in a fake, false reality with that. Life is not supposed to be that way. I've tried to be very clear and uplifting to you guys. I know that some of y'all just go ahead and surrender. And that's sad because I'd rather see you surrender to peace and love and happiness. Y'all have surrendered. Y'all have given up on yourself. You've given up on your love life. Your lover is out there searching for you, lost without you. I've told y'all that. So, and I man, don't let them change who you are. And if you see wacky, wonky, goofy, you in the funny mirror reality, you know? And you gotta shift it. I've already shifted. I shift all the time. I've had somebody trying to practice shamanism. I think it was one of my ex students. Oh God. I've had somebody practicing shamanism, and I've had bad shamans, because there are bad shamans out there that will try to pull you into these traps and realities. For me, I know when I'm being pulled into some kind of weirdness. And whoever's trying to do that, you're going to regret it soon, today. Because think about it, the bad shamans that trapped these people and did what they did to these people, you think they're healthy? You think they're happy? Some of them ain't even alive. No, my little lovely kitty. I love you. They be trying to hurt animals and children and stuff. And does she have one more? Does she have cat food left, or did you give it to her already? I got to get you some kitty food, even though you already fat. You're a big old kitty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, listen, I, I mean, I know it's difficult I guess, to ignore them. Honestly, what's really sad is that this so-called faux ex lover of mine, not mine, but the faux ex lover, he's horribly codependent on me, because prior to meeting up with me, he must have, had lowered self-esteem than he does now. And he wants to hold on to that because it somehow made him feel powerful. But I already told him, you don't have any power. If you would have treated me well and showed respect, that would have that that would have made you powerful. And now it's over completely. I don't, because how, like, when you deal with a narcissist and you look back and you think everything that they said to me was fake, everything that they did. So it's kind of like, never again. Okay. It would make you look powerful if you would stop talking about me. That's what would set you free, but he can't. He's mind controlled. He's a zombie. And it's not me. If he wants to fall for the okie doke and allow somebody to use me to destroy him, well, I guess go right ahead then. He's not my problem. I've got my priorities straight. Okay. But I'm not going to be quiet, and I'm not going to play this game of silence. And I'm not that, when it's time for me to speak out, I'm going to speak out. And I'm not going to internalize any of that crud either. I'm not going to do it. Okay. If you enjoy sitting around and looking at a miserable drunk mistreat a woman, you need some help mentally. That's disgusting. His behavior is disgusting. Okay. It would be different if it was just a little small time conversation, but it's all around gutter trash. I've never had a man treat me that way ever. So, it just, I guess it is what it is. Anyway, I'm getting ready to oil my scalp, y'all. It's time for me to anoint my head because I'm getting ready to, oh, getting ready to, I'm going to do my hair for Christmas. Okay. For the holidays. So, and I got to go. Okay. The only, but nobody contact me at my inbox talking about that situation. If you're not contacting me to talk about your case, if you're being gang stalked and you feel like you shouldn't come to me because you feel like, well, she can't stop these people, so how can she help me? I did stop them. What are you talking about? They don't affect me. And quite frankly, listen, I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't even really want to take any cases of people being gang stalked. I'm at my limit with that. Okay. In fact, I don't even want to do those. I don't want those kind of cases. Okay. I'm at my limit with that. Okay. So, yeah. But I mean, if you feel how you feel. But to me, I'm a miracle worker because they can come on here and be delusional and try to paint a picture and convince somebody that they did a bunch of damage to me, but they didn't. But they didn't. Now I will tell you that I had some cellulite popping, and you know what's good for the I didn't even realize that. What is the name of that muscle I was telling you about earlier, Ty? Hamstring. Yeah. Them what do they call that? Split crunches are good for that. So I'm gonna start doing about 3 reps of 12 of those. I'm gonna work my way up. And I could barely keep up. Like I worked that muscle early, early, early this morning. And boy, I've gotten in such better shape. And you can tell when you get into shape because when I first started working out again, I was like, oh God, my heart. But I had to also do some work, some healing work because um I was being attacked by the people that master these people. They don't have no you know. First of all, and especially with the energy harvest and stuff, you do not try to come for a witch's energy. You are crazy. You are crazy. I would I would not advise that. So whatever. Oh, you a Sagittarius, Stevan. I kind of felt like you was a Sagittarius. I don't know why. So anywho, my business line is for business. My email is for business. These mentally ill people, I don't care about them. I don't, and they can't force me. They've done way too much to try to put my family in danger. And then also they try to destroy our peace. And I think it's stupid. And I think it's high time that they go find something else better to do. In the meantime, if you're being gang stalked, please believe that those people are mentally ill. Why would you let a mentally ill person or anybody hurt you? So you may not be able to stop them from talking about you. Like I know people that have issues with being gang stalked that have had all sorts of things happen. And depending on how deep you are in that paradox, it can be very devastating. Okay. My situation ain't bad at all. Who cares? This dude will come on here and say, I'm gonna trump charges against you. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing. He's tried to do that. He's tried it. This just stop it. Okay. So, oh well, cool. Nice to meet you, Saggy. So that's what I'm about, and my whole social media experience is not about that. And they will never. I'm not gonna say I refuse, but they will never be able to do that. What they need to do is quit making a fucking fool of themselves. Excuse my language for lack of better words. Okay. If you want to talk to me about doing a reading or a consultation, because more than likely, if you have been getting gang stalked, you do need cleanses. You do need healing. However, all I can say is that they've been doing that crud to me for 10 years and I'm good. Okay? Stop giving them power. I understand that they can do things that are kind of bizarre and weird and goofy, and yeah, I do believe that the mind does need to heal. I do believe that there are some of them that are energy harvesting and things of that nature. Um, and with some of you, they really do get your energy. None of the gang stalkers that have stalked me have been able to see my power, not one day in their life. So when it comes to me, I'm like the crack pipe. I'm sorry, I'm like the piece of crack, and they're chasing a high that they're never going to get. I hate to describe it like that. That was pretty bad, but yeah. So anyway, that and it's like I said. I mean, my clients come in through spirit, not when my clients come into me, they come in because spirit allows them to. So really, to be honest with you, I don't have to argue with any of them about anything because truthfully, I'm not trying to impress their gang stalking world. However, if you are in that particular gang stalking realm, which is the world of death and destruction and sickness, you may have to pay me extra to help you with that. I'm not going to be bothered for cheap. I'm not, because I'm not cheap. Okay. Anyway, you got to go on with your life eventually. Okay. But okay, guys, sometimes I'm going to tell you something. I'm a mother, I'm a cancer. I'm a cancer. But sometimes y'all need tough love, right? Especially if you sitting here coming online. That would be just like if, and they don't. None of my children watch any of that social media crud. None of them watch it. None of them. If you were my child, I wouldn't care if you were 30, 40, or 50 years of age. I would be like, no, okay, because you never stop being a mother. I would never at any age allow my children to be online behaving that way or hanging around people that way. I would see it and I would cut it out. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to say that y'all mamas ain't about nothing, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they're deceased, or, maybe they don't have the answers. Okay. But it's time for people to move on from the whole gang stalking thing, including the gang stalkers. And y'all need to know without a shadow of a doubt that all those shows that they do, I don't sit and listen to that crud, and you shouldn't either. Because I do believe in spirits, and I do believe in spirit transference. So a person doesn't even have to be a witch for their spirits to be transferred, or either spirits that are using them, or either somebody that's puppeteering them. Really, it ain't even no puppeteering anymore. They're free agents at this point because the people that was sending them out, Like I said, some of them didn't make it. Okay. Anywho, I gotta go. I'll catch y'all later. Okay. I'm tired. I've been up all night working. I'm gonna get a couple of hours of shut eye. Yeah, I don't want you guys texting or emailing me until after you have paid for your reading or consultation. Otherwise, I just ignore solicitations because, these people in that group, they're constantly contacting me. The only way that I truly got to call out the gangbusters. The only way I can truly know that you're serious is if you pay for a reading or a consultation. And that's not going to be my life experience for the rest of my life. In fact, I can promise you that, uh, we for like when I get off of here, I'm going to completely forget about like I don't, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't mean the world to me what they do. It doesn't. Okay. Seriously. I enjoy quiet nights in front of the fireplace with either a nice glass of wine or either some hot cocoa, quiet evening. That's why I love my new dude. He's just so quiet and just, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Just relaxed and peaceful. Like, yeah. I'm the one that sometimes has the chaotic energy on me. But I made a Florida water last night with some lemongrass and various oils and stuff. And it's working pretty good. Okay. Anyway, and then anybody that's subscribed to any of my channels or social media should be subscribed because you're either thinking about being a student, a client, or you want a reading or spell work, okay, or ritual work, or a pact or something like that. Otherwise, any and I don't have to have a whole bunch of people watching me, okay. But anyway, I gotta go. Y'all have a good day. Have a happy Thursday. Okay. Bye.